Call Haloyim La, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied and rule well for the hopeful 144 and 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of great millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kanan, and this is going to be a quick hit. I was reading out the book of Judges, chapter 16 today, dealing with Samson, okay, and that mighty story. And one thing crossed my mind, and then that's what we're going to go into. And this is very relevant today for the times we in. This lesson is really only for the hopeful elect, okay, the hopeful 1/3 of Yasharallah, okay, those who have an understanding of what's going on right now in the times that we in. All right. Don't trust these women. Okay. These 304's. Don't trust them. All right. And that's what I got out of this. And more now than ever. That's why I said this is for the hopeful election, because everybody out here is doing what they want to do and living in a lifestyle that they think is comfortable and accommodating to them. And one thing a man's kryptonite is obviously a woman. OK, so let's get it. This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, starting at verse 4. No man that warreth engages himself with the affairs of this life. Now, we are at war, okay? Physical war, spiritual war, mainly spiritual war, okay? Especially those who are, once again, of the hopeful election, those who have turned and repented to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, who are having to do with the afflictions and going through that, being tried through the fire to be found acceptable. Okay, we're at war. All right, we see all the Satan's darts coming at us now. All right, from spiritual Babylon arrangements, whether even worldwide, everywhere you go, there's the earth in the world is in turmoil, chaos. Okay, all due to the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right, out with the old, in with the new. All right, these are the warnings that Yahweh Shai gave to the disciples. Okay, Matthew 24. We're in those days. All right, needless to say. All right, so no man that warreth entangles himself with the affairs of this life. All right, the affairs of this life, working, family, dating. All right, dating consists of what? Getting to know somebody. All right, getting to know this woman. All right, spending your time with her. Okay, per se, spending your money and time. All right, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. Now, who chose us to be a soldier? Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay, and what's that work? What battle are we fighting? We fighting this spiritual war consisting of us teaching. All right, consisting of us being watchmen and then going out and giving a report on what is coming at us. Okay, preparing. Salakia, understanding that this MOTB is on the horizon, understanding that these lockdowns are on the horizon, the wicked is establishing this new world order by all means necessary. Okay, understanding that Satan only has a little time to come down with his wrath. All right, this is 5. And if a man also strive for the magistracies, and what else would you be doing this for? Okay, yet is he not crowned except he strive lawfully. So once again, that goes right back up to the beginning. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life. Okay, and once again, one of the kryptonites of a man is a woman. We all know this. You know, a man in his right mind, that is. Okay. I'm excluding any, like I said, this is for the hopeful election, okay? A warning to the hopeful election, the brothers who are locked in and engaged, not to be distracted, all right? The 2/3, they gonna do what they do. This is the book of, and I don't need that Eve up there anymore. But as you see, Eve, look at her. She's doing her little podcast well, fake hair, fake lashes, fake nails on, giving advice, supposed to be giving real world advice. Now, once again, this is a perfect example of what you don't want to be entangled or engaged with. Okay, now if you came into this truth and this is your wife, okay, so be it. If you're in the truth and you run up on her, you got a problem. I mean that. All right, we've been warned from the apostles top down. Don't mess with these Shirleys. Don't mess with these Keishas. That's obviously a Keisha, okay? Now, this lesson really is a warning towards all women, though, because all women have wickedness in them. There is no saints that are women, okay? We have Aquith, and we acknowledge that, and very few of them. But those who are Aquith continue in that walk with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua in faith and sincerity, and don't turn to the left or the right hand, okay? This is the book of Sirach 25, Ecclesiastes, known as Sirach 25 and 12. The fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is the beginning of his love, okay? To fear him, to be obedient to his law, statutes, and commandments. And faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him, okay? That faith, and that requires time, that requires supping. See, the actual woman you should be wanting to deal with right now is Sophia, wisdom, all right? These scriptures, that's supping with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Now, give me any plague but the plague of the heart. What's your heart, your mind, your lob? I see this happening so much, okay? I got a young a son that's a young man now, two of them, all right? And one of them deals with this plague of the heart more than he should, okay? And any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Do you hear that? That goes right up, but that came right after verse 12. The fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is the beginning of love. Then when he said down here, skip down, 13, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, okay? And any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. All right, so you see, there's really zero comparison to what a woman could put you through if you give her the power, okay? If you let her rule over you in that mannerism. Now I'm gonna skip down to 21. Okay? Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. I know that it's hard because we got eyes. I mean, we got eyes. We see. That's part of it. That's funny. It's how you can almost say that's contradiction, because what else attracts you to a woman? Well, it has to be more than that big ass, that fake BBL, those fake nails. And even if even if she's not a fake in that manner, you have to try the Bible says try a friend, okay? That definitely should be a woman, okay? Before you open up and give her all. And that's what we're gonna go into today. That's what the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, what gave me the inspiration to do this was the scriptures, okay? So this is the book of Proverbs 6 and 23. For the commandments is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproof of instructions are the way of life, okay? To keep thee from once again, and that's funny. This lines up very close to what we just read in Sirach. Okay, he gave us warning about the law, statutes, and commandments being our guide. Now watch this: to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. And that's once again, that's what it comes down to. You got to be careful where you wanna put your time and energy into, okay? Because we're at the end of this right now, and any distraction could be the wrong distraction, okay? Lust not after her beauty in thy heart, in thy mind, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. And then that's what they do, them cumbrellas. That's what they doing. They're not going to get away with it no more. No matter how many times they've been warned about the curses that the Moab put on the weave, the poisons that come, the chemicals that they found cancerous being caused by these fake lashes and these weaves and whatnot. But these women are still going to turn to it, okay, until it's completely taken from them, okay. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and a adulteress and a piece of bread, and an adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Okay, and that's once again, they're stumbling blocks. You can say set up by Yahweh Bashmi al by the left hand. Remember Eve accepting that pact. Now Eve goes into our nation, okay? But how much more coming from the other nations of the wicked, all right? All of these women are wicked, but I'm definitely going to say Eve is at the top of that chart, okay? For real. So one more time, Proverbs 6:26. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and for Salakia, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. All right, and now that's what once again the inspiration Thawadi Basim Shah was Judges 16. So we're gonna get into this, and I'm just gonna break down a proportion of this. We're not gonna, because this is a good read, but I'm just gonna get to my specific point. All right, this is Judges 16 and 15. And she said, and this is Delilah, okay? And she said unto him, How canst thou say, I love thee, when thy heart is not with me? Thou hast mocked me these 3 times. Get this? Thou hast mocked me these 3 times. Now, what is this going into? Delilah is a Philistine, and the Philistines have come to her. The lords of the Philistine, the leaders, the heads of the Philistines have come to her and enticed her with silver. With they said 11,000 pieces of silver per person. They will give her to turn in Samson. Okay, to have him to give up his secret of his strength. Why is he so strong? Him being a Nazarite, okay, which we know his strength came from those locks, okay, the locks of hair that had never been taken off his head, okay, not dreadlocks, braided locks, okay. So, and it even speaks of that earlier in this verse, her pinning and twisting his hair, okay. So once again, she's explaining to Samson, Judges 16 and 15, and she said unto him, How canst thou say, I love thee, when thy heart is not with me? Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and hast not told me wherein thy great strength lieth. Okay, now let's do a quick thought on this real quick. Samson has had 3 attempts from Delilah on his life. Okay, he told her to bind him up with some type of cording. That didn't work. Take brand new ropes, tie me up. That didn't work. Okay. Every measurement that he gave to her as an example to destroy him, she actually had it attempted on him. Attempted murder on his life occasionally. I don't know whether it was the lack of fear he had through his strength, but and then here, this is where we're going to go with this. This is not Samson's first occasion dealing with a woman like this, okay? Let's back this up. Judges 14 and 16 is an example. This was Samson's wife, okay? Previous on in the story, okay? And Samson's wife wept before him and said, Thou dost but hate me and lovest me not. Thou hast put forth a riddle unto the children of my people, and hast not told me of it. And he said unto her, Behold, I have not told it my father, I have not told it my father nor my mother, and shall I tell thee? Now, what happened in this chapter? She went on to get the riddle out of Samson, which she told to the Philistines, which upset Samson. Okay, and he went off and destroyed them. He set fire to their cornfields. Okay, because he knew that the only way that they got to this riddle was by talking, by word of mouth. Okay, so Samson had already been through this situation. That was my point that I was making by bringing up that chapter 14. Okay, he's seen that these women are trying to manipulate him for the sake of the Philistines. Okay, and in this situation, Delilah has continuously pressed him and pressed him about about why, where does your strength come from? Where does your strength come from? All right. So I'm just saying Samson should have been more aware. Okay. So one more time. Judges 16 and 15. And this is Delilah. And she said unto him, how canst thou say, I love thee, when thy heart is not with me? Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and hast not told me wherein thy great strength lieth. And it came to pass, when she pressed him daily and her words, and urged him, so that his soul was vexed unto death. Okay, now, wow, this is Samson. This is mighty Samson, okay? And he's got to deal with this type of woman. So for that matter, I'm going back. I'm going back to the book of Sirach. And we're going to pull up at 16. Because this is what it sounds like Samson was going through. Sirach 25 and 16. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon, and a man of Samson's strength, that would be no, that'd be a walk in the park with him, than to keep house with a wicked woman. Okay, the wickedness of a woman changes her face, and darkness her countenance, like sackcloth. Like, yeah, I don't care how beautiful it is, you can see the meanness in that woman. And you see that to this very day. Some of these women may look attractive, but they can't, because of their attitude shines forth. It speaks for them. Okay? Her husband shall sit amongst his neighbors, and when he heareth it shall sigh he seeth it shall sigh bitterly. Okay? And this is one of the major points right here. All the wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the proportion of a sinner fall upon her. Okay? Now we're going to see what happened. Unfortunately, to Samson. And hey, for real, I just wanted to bring this out because, hey, we're in a time where these women are going to try to manipulate you into any and everything, especially you family man. Not just you men out here looking for a piece of strange, but you family men that are engaged, that my boo is everything. Yeah, your boo is gonna try to lead you to that MOTB. And for real, just like these women in the scriptures, they're still here today. They want the bag before they want you. They want that comfortability before they want you, Jake. Okay? This is Judges 16 and 17. Okay? All right, so one more time. At 16. And it came to pass, when she pressed him daily with her words, and urged him, so that his soul was vexed unto death, that he told her all his heart, all his lie, pillow talked with her, and said unto her, there has not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto Yahweh Bashim Shai from my mother's womb. If I be shaved, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, and she could sense that he's been sincere with her, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines saying, Come up this once, for he hath showed me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money in their hand. What? Once again, took the bag. Now, how much more now when they take this fiat away, and the next move is you have to get that chip to eat. You think these women are going to ride with you and put their trust in you? No, they're going to put their trust in the government. They're going to put their woe to them to go down to Egypt. They've been in Egypt. They've been careless. They've been romanced in Egypt. OK, they've already sold our sons and men's off so they could take that little purse. OK, how much more when it's left? That's to them. That's their only option because they don't have a relationship with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. OK, so look. They brought money in their hand. And she said, made him Salakia, 16 and 19. And she made him sleep upon her knees. So what did she do? She loud him. She loud on the bed, loud on the sleep upon her knees. That's resting. That's some good rest. You know, that's that romantic thing right there. And called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. And she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him. I'm gonna read that again. And she made him sleep upon her knees, and she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. And she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him. And she said, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awoke up of his sleep and said, I will go out as at other times before and shake myself. And he was not that Yahweh Bashim Shai was departed from him. So he had no clue that the Rakakwadash had been lifted off of him, okay? For his disobeying, for pillow talking. But the Philistines took him and put out his eyes and brought him down to Gaza and bound him with fetters of brass. And he did grind in the prison house, okay? Now, as you go on to read this story, you're going to understand that, you know, his hair grew back. And as he was a prisoner, that they went to mock him. He had been bound to the pillars. He prayed to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for strength. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai allowed him to bring down the house on the Philistines. However, I'm going to stop right here because this is the point right here. This is the point. Judges 16 and 20. And she said, the Philistines be upon Salakia. 19. And she made him sleep upon her knees and called for a man. And she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head and begun to afflict him. And he lost, and his strength went from him. Okay. And all of that is because he put his trust in this woman. All right. He put his trust in this woman that was no good from the beginning. And she not only was no good, but she gave him warnings. OK, so I just thought that would be something to bring to the light to you brothers out here that are of the hopeful election. OK, because we got to stay focused. We're at the end of this. We got to just keep our focus on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And that day will come where he has promised us multiple women. But we don't know that time. We don't know that hour. And we don't need to be out here seeking that worldly desire, that fleshly desire. OK, we got to stay focused. And with that, I pray that this was edifying. Shalom.